Yes, welcome back to the West Ham Network. Guess what happened? Do you know what happened? Let me hold on. Let me have a little think. What happened tonight? What was that? What what? Do you know what? I'm lost for words. I'm a loss for words. I don't really know what I am. I'm absolutely buzzing with that. That is exactly what we needed. I'm not joking you. That was a phenomenal performance from West Ham. We out tacticked Arsenal. David Moyes out tacticked Arteta, and we absolutely deserved that victory. I can't explain it, but if you've watched the game like I have, we absolutely deserved that victory. All round, absolute team performance, next level team performance, players stepping up to the plate, players absolutely doing their jobs tonight all over the park. I'll digress the game in a minute, but there's so many positives to take from that game tonight. So many positives. And West Ham are through to a quarter final of the Carabao Cup, the League Cup. That's a really good achievement. And it's a really good achievement. And players have stepped up to the occasion. One particular player, I mean, I could go on about all the players all night, but Kudos tonight was unplayable. He was absolutely unplayable. What a player we've got on our hands with him. He is everywhere and anywhere. He played 89 minutes. He had 37 touches. He had 82% pass completion rate. He had one shot blocked, one shot on target. He won 50% of his ground duels. He only lost possession 7 times. He was fouled so much, but he made 4 tackles in this game. And he made a couple of interceptions in the game as well. His all-round game, his all-round aura, his all-round physicality, his all-round discipline, his structure, his defensive duties, but his ability to hold on to the ball, hold on to the possession, and drive forward. He is a very, very good footballer. He's a very exciting footballer, and he's going to offer us a massive threat. What's going to happen is when he does go away for the African Cup of Nations, we're going to need to find out what we're going to do there. But it was an all-round team performance today. Kudos, Bowen. I mean, that is exciting. If he can, if he can play through the middle and do what he's capable of doing through the middle, what he did tonight, tracking back, banging in a goal, whipping those balls into the box. Again, his defensive duties, like all the players. One of the biggest things I loved about tonight in particular was the intensity. That getting to the first ball, getting to the second ball. I think if you're taught at an older age at football that if you can win the first balls, then win the second balls and or win the second balls at the same time, then you're really going to let the opposition struggle. It doesn't matter how much football they play. They can play rings around you all game, but if you win those first balls and you win those second balls, they're not going to have any threat coming forward. And Arsenal didn't necessarily threaten West Ham. He didn't. If you think back to the game, you don't think of Fabianski making a world-class save. He knocked one over the bar, I think, in the first half. Alan Smith's made some ridiculous comments there at the end. He said, "Oh, that was an under par Arsenal performance." No, it fucking wasn't, mate. Do you know what it was? It was West Ham going, there you go, have 80% of possession, and we're going to play you and make you do what you think you can do, but do it in your half and not in our half. And what I want from West Ham is if you do that level of intensity with the squad that we've got, we'll be fine and we'll play well. And that's shown tonight. Probably frustratingly to some fans that why we don't do that game in and game out, why we didn't do that last weekend, why we didn't do that against Aston Villa the week before, why we didn't do that against Olympiacos. We've got the players in our arsenal. We've got the strength and depth within reason. I'm not saying the depth is amazing. It's not, but we've got some of the players there. Dinos Mavropanos, great performance, stepping up to the plate, looks solid in defence. Him and Agerd building up a nice little partnership. They look really solid together. They did, and I'll get into it in a minute. But do you know what? Jared Bowen, full game for him. 2 shots on target, 1 goal. Obviously affected the corner, put the ball into the mix. Really good opportunity to put the ball into the mix from him. He was successful with 75% of his dribbles. He had missed one big chance. 75% accuracy on the ball. He won 3/4 of his ground duels in the game from 16 attempts. He won a quarter of his aerial duels. He only lost possession 12 times in the game. He was fouled twice. He made interceptions. His tackles coming back, 4 tackles. He was everywhere and anywhere. But what I will say to you is that front 4 of Kudus, Paqueta, Benrahma, and Bowen, offered us a strong threat at going forward. I love the fact that they worked together as that unit to defend together, to progress together, to push, to press the defence. Arsenal struggled with that. It doesn't matter if you're Raya or if you're Ramsdale, but if you play the ball through the back line and West Ham do that kind of press that we did, which is put the pressure on when you don't expect it, back off when you do expect it, all that sort of stuff, then you're going to pile the pressure on. And that's exactly what happened. A really good all-round West Ham performance today, and I don't see how anyone can take anything else from it. It really, really was a fantastic performance. The whole stats for the game was 72% possession to Arsenal to West Ham's 28 possession. They had 14 shots. West Ham had 5. We banged in 3 goals from that. Of course, they scored 1 in the end. We had 3 on target. We scored the 3 goals as well. Actually, no, we had another one on target as well. So that's not right. Let me have a look here. Let's see the passing. People always like the kind of passing rate. So they passed the ball 678 times with an accuracy of 90%. We passed the ball 267 times with an accuracy of 75%. So, yep, loads of things for you to take into interest there. I'm going to come into the chat here. Jay is giving us all the hammers. Stuart K said, like I said, awesome female commentator, always a good omen. Game, set, match, we're done. Come on, you irons from Stuart K. Drain hole hammers, mate. What are you doing? You're going. You're absolutely giving everyone low. I love it, mate. It's so kind of you as well. So yeah, I massively appreciate the support you're definitely giving to the channel. It's extremely kind of 100%. Now, listen, we are going to be going live to the London Stadium in a minute, so I'm just going to make sure I get all my earphones in so I can hear people when they come on. If there's anyone in the chat that would like to that would like to come in and have a chinwag with me, then let me know, and I'll invite you in. So yeah, Drainhole, you're a legend, mate. Rice 1 cup down. We're still in it. Does Rice want to come back to a big club like West Ham, mate? You know what? He came on in the second half. He got a bit of respect. He got a bit of booze. I don't really necessarily care. I respect him. That's it. But he never done anything when he came on the field. Anyway, because we worked as a unit defensively. Tommy Suchek done his job. Alvarez done his job tonight. What you want from a player like Alvarez is to just do the basics. And that's exactly what he did. He did the basics in an abundance tonight. Chris Locke is saying, Rice, 1 cup down. We're all still in it. Does Rice want to come back to a big club like West Ham? Well, I think he probably does. 2 seconds. Come on, you lovely irons. Let me just see this here. 2 seconds. Hold on a minute. Let me just see if I can get this. I'm getting loads of messages coming through. Right, I'm not. That's fine. That's okay. Need in the league where it matters. Absolutely. Lee. What are we? Lee, what are we, mate? What are we? Budgie, Grade Street Elites. Am I dreaming? No, you're not, mate. Keep the faith is the whole process. That's exactly where we should be. Keep the faith. Bowen is now our main striker for more in this match than Antonio was in the last 800%. I thought his performance, all-round performances, because do you know what? He's got the energy, he's got the pace, he's got the speed, he's got the strength, he's got the ability, he's got everything going for him. And right now, when things aren't working with Antonio, we need to look at other options. And if it's going to be Bowen, it's going to be Bowen. And if that frees up, kudos. Honestly, Kudos's, do not underestimate Kudos's work rate tonight. It was second level. It was next level. He done so well in his tracking back. And I think that's something you've got to give a little bit of credit, I suppose you could say, to David Moyes too, because that's what he wants. He wants players that will track back and support. Vladimir Sufal, like no threat. No threat down that side. It wasn't just because of anything else except for the fact that Sufal dealt with every threat that came near him. So again, really good credit. Thanks for the commentary. Thank you, Lee, for the kind words as well. Irons, do we need Mickey and Ings? Teams looks more balanced. Baz at Hammer says, massive. Come on, you Irons. Just been seeing Bowen's goal. What a blinder. Mate, it's a fantastic goal. But you wait till you see Kudos's goal if you've not seen it, old man Shaggy. You wait till you see it. Wait till you see that ball from a Gerd. Gerd, fantastic long distance, cross field, 100-yard ball, whatever you want to call it. He finds Kudos the touch from the outside of his foot, and it kind of like spins but stays on the spot. Do you know how sometimes it does that? It just works with the grass. And he just goes to it and launches it round Ramsdale. He curls the ball low into the corner. Unbelievable. I can't, mate. I can't until this stream's done because I'm buzzing, and you must be buzzing because I'm buzzing, and that's just the way it is. Much better balanced team with JWP, Mr. Pixie, come on, you irons, 2 holding, 4 offensive, all ball players. Do you know what, Mandy? Those 4 offensive players really were exciting tonight. It gave us an exciting threat going forwards. It really did, and no one can take that away from us. It doesn't matter that Arsenal had all that possession, but Kudos, Benrahma, Paqueta, Bowen. Do you know what? Out of those 4, if you had to choose one that didn't have the best of their game tonight, that would be Benrahma, but I thought his tracking back was good. I thought he did do a good job. He was the most quietest out of the players. But yeah, I feel like he done what he needed to do. I didn't know football could be played like that until tonight. From Ronald Pickering, Kudos is something magical. I believe Guarino. I completely agree with you, mate. I really think he is. And I feel like the partnership that he's going to build up. Do you know what? Kudos really came to his own tonight because I think Jared Bowen played through the middle, and then that gave him the freedom to go and do what he does, which is play out wide, track back, and go forward. Some of the play he had to skip by some of those Arsenal players was, again, second to none. Same old West Ham, taking the piss, same old West Ham. Chelsea, Brighton, and now Arsenal. Moyes ball wins again. They bought on all 3 their superstars. Was it 5 players, and still didn't bother us, to be honest. Every single player they brought on, full strength team. Don't you worry about that. West Ham took them on, didn't even have our full strength team out. Anyway, Newcastle are beating Man United at Old Trafford 3-0. Yes, you have heard me correct. 3-0. Newcastle are beating Man United at Old Trafford as well. Battered by Everton. Smash the Arsenal. Balance of the team much better, even though Benny didn't do much. We look better with him wide on the left. To be honest with you, I think the big difference tonight was really the performance from those 4 going forward. Edson Alvarez getting stuck in. Tommy Soucek going under the radar. That's exactly what you've got about that as well. Let me give you Alvarez's stats: 41 touches, 87% pass completion rate. Much better. In the first half, he was trying some of those long balls, but he really got into the groove as the game went on, started playing some of the simple football. Didn't win a lot of his ground duels. Actually only won a quarter of his ground duels, but did win nearly all of his aerial duels as well. He blocked shots, he intercepted, he tackled, and he made a lot of clearances in the game. But one of the other players that goes under the radar this time in and time out is Tommy Soucek. 90 minutes tonight, 30 touches, 83% pass completion rate. He won 75% of his ground duels. He won 75% of his aerial duels. He only lost possession 3 times, but he made 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 interception, and made really possible good, strong tackles in the game as well. You were saying, Mr. B, I don't know what I was saying, mate. That's the sort of game we as fans want. Absolutely brilliant performance. Do you know what? All we ever ask for is 100%. And when West Ham don't give 100%, it feels a little bit crap. Aston Villa, we were below par. Everton, we were below par, as were Everton. And the difference was a striker that scored the goal. If we turned up with that intensity, if against Everton and Aston Villa, I'm not saying we would have beat Aston Villa. I think we would have put the game tighter than what it was. If we'd have turned up with that intensity, we would have beat Everton. 100%. We would have beaten them. So there's a difference between intensity and lacking the intensity, and that's what we gave tonight. Pac-Man, Benny, Emerson left, Kudos, Bowen, so far right with a false 9 as well. Love that lineup. So is Moyes. Good again. Now, I don't know, you don't need to ask me or Russ. I'm going to bring Russ on in a second once he gets a better reception, because I know where he is in the stadium, and it takes him a little bit, about 2 minutes till he gets round to Gate J before he gets a little cheeky reception. So as Moyes, there we are. Moyes picked the right team tonight from Monday. Let's hope he keeps doing it. Shout out to Ben White. Yeah, gets us off the mark with his funny hair. Absolutely. Great performance, total team win. Moyes Vulture has... Oh, there's vultures both sides of the end, isn't there? There's vultures everywhere, and I'm one on the other one. Let me bring him in. Where is he? Hold on a minute. Let me get this ready. Let me see if I can do this transition nicely. Right, hold on. There we go. Bring him in. Do that, and then I done it. Oh no, I didn't. Oh no.
Oh, you idiots!
Oh, close. I put the wrong one on. Russie
Idiots!
B. Russie B. Mate,
Wally with a brolly.
talk to me, mate. Talk to me.
Where the fuck did that performance come? Where's that been for the last 3 weeks? Do you know what I mean? Where has that been? Ferocious we were. It was like we haven't been fed. It looked like we were ferocious. You know, the amount of with like looking at someone like Bowen and Kudus, the amount of pressure they put on their fullbacks, it was just a really good game. A really good game. And to be perfectly honest, we kept Arsenal to scraps, really. Bit annoying at the end, Odegaard getting a goal. Would have been nice to have a clean sheet, but look, we're in the hat. We're in the hat for the next round. That's all we need, isn't it?
We are in the hat for the next round. Now, Russ, I don't know if you've seen this. This is slightly off topic, but I'm going to come back onto the West Ham game in a second. But throughout the previous stream and this stream, I believe Drain Hole Hammers has gifted about. Oh, hold on.
All right, I do. Go, Karen.
Was that? Is that you? Is that someone coming on? No.
No.
Right.
It's raining.
Drain Hole Hammers has gifted approximately 20 members tonight. He has gifted 20 memberships tonight. So, yeah, he's been we weren't asking for it, but he's just done it, mate. And he's so there you go. Gained he's loving life right now. So there you go. Just thought
Good
I'd let
man.
you know, mate.
And we'll do the draw for the members probably tomorrow, if not Friday. So. We'll do a special one. We'll do a couple of bits. We've got a couple of bits to give away to them.
Yeah.
The next draw. So thank you, Drain Hole. And to everyone, he's given a membership too. Fantastic.
Yeah. Russ, the intensity, mate, from the off. So we they had 80% possession in the first 35 minutes, but they done fuck all with it because our intensity level in terms of pressing was phenomenal, mate.
It was, and I mean, Bowen and Kudus. I mean, pressing. You know, we've asked for the high press, particularly a team like Arsenal who like to play it around the back. We didn't give Ramsdale, a moment's peace. I thought Bowen was absolutely fantastic today. Bowen was my man of the match, spoiler for tomorrow. What I love about Kudus is how quick he is in that first 2 yards. He just catches up really quickly behind the defender. So he's like miles away, and then he's right up their arse. He's
a massive difference tonight, though, is that when you play Bowen through the middle, and you give Kudus that freedom to do what he wants to do. Moyes has obviously been working with Kudus because what we didn't, and I love Kudus, and I think Kudus has been fantastic for us. But the one thing that Kudus didn't offer us previously, what he did tonight in particular, was track back. Mate, his level of tracking back was through the roof. He came back and he helped out Soufal. Soufal gave us a top-notch performance tonight as well, but him and Kudus worked so well together. But when you had Kudus tracking back, you had Bowen tracking back, and Bowen was tracking back from a striker's point of view. And then if the ball fed back to Agerd and Konstantinos Mavropanos, they put their head up, and who was gone? Kudus and Bowen, just gone like lightning and causing them so many concerns on the break.
Yeah,
it was honestly so good, man.
Kudus' goal epitomised that, wasn't it? It's like, an absolutely, and that's what Agerd can do. He can play, and I thought Agerd was really good today. I thought he was really good. To be honest, he didn't really have much. I thought Nketiah was absolutely pants today, and but Agerd seemed to have a bit of his Eddie Nketiah. I thought he didn't do much at all. But I thought Agerd had a bit of his swagger back today. There was
do you know what?
He turned and
yeah, and I really like what about Mavropanos with his run moving forward? And the thing is, he was only in third gear when he was running forward because he kept turning back, thinking, "Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going? Shall I keep going?"
Yeah.
But I think that you're right, mate, because the swagger was there, and the swagger came because I feel like maybe there was just a little bit. I don't know. It's interesting. So many people are saying, do you think it's because of Fabianski? Do you think it's because Mavropanos is there? I don't know.
I think it's Emerson.
Emerson's big. I can't believe how much my mindset is. I'm not saying I was against Emerson last year, but when we bought him, I did not think he would be so pivotal and vital to where we are right now.
Exactly. I think he had. Emerson is always an outlet. I thought Mavropanos, there was one, he had a foot race with Eddie Nketiah, and beat him. Absolutely, rinsed him. And I thought, do you know what? I mean, absolutely, and fair play to number 41. Fair play. At the end of the game, he did what he did when he was here in the West Ham shirt. He was the last one off the pitch, clapped everyone around the pitch like he did. Put little videos, little short coming on the West Ham network soon. With that, fair play to him. But yeah, and you can see Arteta was panicking by bringing literally everyone on. He was trying to get away with not playing the first team, but he had to put the first team on. It was too late. It was too late by him, and I think we absolutely blitzed them. We were ferocious today, ferocious. It's indeed Maltese Hammer. That was the difference. I wore, dressed up smart for the return of number 41 today, so that's what happened. But no, I thought they were ferocious. I thought Paqueta again. And once you're 1 or 2 goals up, we get the swagger and we appreciate the swagger. So like the rainbow flick he did and things like that. And when he literally caught it on his chest, we like all that when we're 2-3-0 up. We like that. But I thought Alvarez had a fantastic game as well.
And you know what, though, when it comes to Alvarez, though, it comes down to the fact that what we needed him to do was simple football, and that's exactly what he'd done. He broke down play, collected the ball, he turned, and he dispersed it very quickly compared to the game against Everton. There was a couple of times he held onto the ball for too long and then tried to he was turning into maybe a bit of traffic here, there, and everywhere, and that was causing us a little bit of problems when he was doing it. But tonight he was just, intercepting and then, finding those nice little neat passes. At the start of the game, I was a little bit worried. I thought Paqueta's doing really well, but then he gave the ball away a couple of times, but then he grew into his own, and it shows you why he's so important for West Ham. And it's unbelievable. Nobody would have expected that tonight.
No one expected it. I thought we might have sneaked it today. We might have sneaked it maybe on penalties or whatever, but or 1-0. But that was comprehensive. Now, granted, we know, it was, although Arsenal had their first team, centre back partnerships, they did have a lot of players who would be, like Ryan Nielsen and stuff like Reece Nielsen and people like that. But still, by the end,
Russ, I wouldn't say really. If you think about their starting 11 compared to our starting 11, there was questionably 3 players that might not regularly start in the West Ham starting 11 in our team, and I would honestly say 3-4 players that regularly wouldn't start in the Arsenal team that didn't play, in Arsenal very quickly put all those players on. Yeah, and we were trying a few new different things, and do you know what? It just shows you again that stats are really interesting, aren't they? Stats are really interesting because you can have all the possession under the sun, but you can't do anything with it. And I was listening to the commentary, and Alan Smith again just, Arsenal aren't at the races and all this sort of stuff. Well, I tell you what, Arsenal tried to be at the races, but West Ham's tactics in terms of the press from the front was very, very good, mate. I was so impressed. As much as Benrahma was the quietest of that 4 attack West Ham, our attacking press was what, in my opinion, won West Ham that game today because they panicked.
Totally. They panicked to the back. And if you're panicking in the back, the defence aren't confident. Everyone moves back now. So the midfield are more, they can't go forward as much. So, and it's not rocket science, really. We know if you chase someone down and you press them, they're going to make a mistake. Not all the time. Sometimes you might get turned, but more often than not, they're going to make a mistake. And that's what happens. And that's happened on multiple times, and then you start putting under pressure and they start looking long rather than putting it short. It was a performance. I think a lot of us will be like, huh?
Well, I think, do you know what, Russ? It's a performance that we need, and we needed.
Yes.
We needed it with an abundance, and it's done us the world of good, mate. It's done us the absolute world of good.
It has. The only fly in the ointment is obviously 2 of that side won't be playing against Brentford on Saturday, and they were probably, one of them was one of the best players on the pitch in terms of Alvarez. So it's going to be interesting to see how it falls down. I didn't think I thought he'd take off Ben Rama earlier because I thought he'll
Yeah.
probably play against. I think he might have taken off Bowen eventually, given a rest. But that's mental to think. Taking some players off to give them a rest, and we're beating Arsenal 3-0 at the time.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
a crazy game, and one of those cup games, isn't it? One of those cup
Yeah.
games in West Ham.
Absolutely, mate.
Happened.
Absolutely. It certainly does, mate. It certainly does. Listen, we're going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know when the draw is. I don't know if it's after this game, Man United Newcastle
I think
game.
it's 11 or something like that. I think.
Yeah, if we even get a chance to come on and do it, we'll try and do it. And if not, then join us tomorrow for the content. But keep your eye out because we'll have some fan instant reactions. We'll have some short videos for you as well. Much appreciated, everyone. Russ, final word from you, mate.
Bring on Brentford now. We're going to win the cup. We're going to win the cup.
We're going to win the cup. Excellent. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. And of course, come on, you wonderful Irons. Jane Hole Hammers, you're a legend. Come on, you Irons.